Tomb Raider Anniversary is a well-crafted, updated version of the original Tomb Raider game released in 1996. The game has been remade with updated graphics, improved gameplay mechanics, and a few new elements that add to the overall experience. The game follows the adventures of the iconic heroine, Lara Croft, as she travels the world in search of the ancient and powerful artifact, the Scion. One of the standout features of Tomb Raider Anniversary is the updated graphics. The environments are beautifully detailed and the character models are highly detailed and expressive. The updated graphics help bring the world of Tomb Raider to life and make exploring the ancient tombs and ruins a truly immersive experience. The gameplay mechanics have also been improved, making the game much more enjoyable to play. The controls are smooth and responsive, and the puzzles are challenging without being overly difficult. The game also features a few new elements, such as the ability to swing on ropes and use a grappling hook, which add to the overall experience. In terms of story, Tomb Raider Anniversary does a great job of capturing the essence of the original game. The game's plot is compelling and filled with twists and turns that will keep you engaged from beginning to end. The voice acting is also top-notch.
This is only one piece of the Scion. Where's the rest of it?
Give me a minute. I'm thinking.
And the soundtrack is fitting and adds to the atmosphere of the game. The game begins with Lara Croft receiving a mission from Jacqueline Natla, the head of Natla Technologies, to retrieve an artifact called the Scion from the lost city of Vilcabamba in Peru. Lara successfully retrieves the artifact but soon discovers that Natla has ulterior motives for wanting the Scion. As Lara continues her search for the other pieces of the Scion, she uncovers a conspiracy involving Natla and her former business partners, the ancient Atlanteans. Lara eventually discovers that the Scion is the key to unlocking the entrance to Atlantis, a powerful and advanced civilization that was destroyed by a catastrophic event. In the final stages of the game, Lara battles her way through Natla's minions to reach Atlantis and stop Natla from unleashing a powerful weapon that could threaten the world.
Thousands of years I've waited for this moment.
Lara must use all of her skills and ingenuity to navigate the treacherous ruins of Atlantis and stop Natla from achieving her evil plans. The level design in Tomb Raider Anniversary is a key aspect of the game's overall success. The levels are intricately designed to challenge the player's puzzle-solving and platforming skills, while also immersing them in the game's world and story. The levels are also designed to be non-linear, allowing the player to explore and discover the environment at their own pace. Each level in Tomb Raider Anniversary is designed to have a unique look and feel, with different themes, such as ancient ruins, caves, and temples. The levels are also filled with various obstacles, such as traps, puzzles, and enemies, that require the player to use their wit and skill to overcome. The platforming elements in Tomb Raider Anniversary are well executed, with a variety of moves available to Lara Croft, including jumping, climbing, swinging on ropes, and using a grappling hook. The levels are designed with these moves in mind, allowing the player to navigate the environment in creative and engaging ways. The platforming sections are also challenging but fair, requiring the player to think strategically about their next move. The puzzle-solving elements in Tomb Raider Anniversary are also well done, with a variety of puzzles that range from simple to complex. The puzzles are integrated seamlessly into the environment, often requiring the player to use their observation skills to find hidden clues or items. The puzzles are also designed to be logical and rewarding, with a sense of accomplishment when the player finally solves them. One of the strengths of the level design in Tomb Raider Anniversary is its non-linearity. The levels are designed to be explored and discovered, with multiple paths and hidden areas that reward the player for their curiosity. The levels are also designed to be replayed, with secrets and hidden items that are only accessible on subsequent playthroughs. The level design in Tomb Raider Anniversary is intricately crafted, with varied themes, challenging obstacles, and engaging platforming and puzzle-solving elements. The non-linear design of the levels allows for exploration and discovery, while the challenges presented require the player to think strategically and use their skills to overcome them. Overall, the level design is a key element of the game's success, contributing to its immersive world and engaging gameplay. Tomb Raider Anniversary features a variety of player mechanics and movements that are essential to navigating the game's world and overcoming the obstacles presented. Here is a breakdown of the key player mechanics and movements in the game. Jumping is a fundamental movement in Tomb Raider Anniversary, allowing Lara Croft to leap over gaps and reach higher platforms. The game features a variety of jump types, including running jumps, standing jumps, and wall jumps. Climbing allows Lara to scale walls and cliffs, and is an essential movement in the game. The climbing mechanics in Tomb Raider Anniversary are smooth and responsive, allowing for precise movements and control. The grappling hook is a new addition to the game, allowing Lara to swing across gaps and reach high places. The grappling mechanics are intuitive, with the player able to aim the hook and swing back and forth before releasing. Dodging is a defensive movement that allows Lara to avoid enemy attacks. By pressing a button at the right time, Lara can dodge enemy attacks and counterattack with her weapons. Flips are a movement that Lara can perform while jumping or standing, adding an element of style and fluidity to her movements. Flips can be used to avoid obstacles or enemies, and can also be used in combat to evade attacks. In addition to these key player mechanics and movements, Tomb Raider Anniversary also features a variety of contextual actions that are triggered by specific objects in the environment. For example, Lara can use a lever to open a door or push a block to reveal a hidden area. These contextual actions add depth and variety to the gameplay, allowing the player to interact with the environment in meaningful ways. Overall, the player mechanics and movements in Tomb Raider Anniversary are smooth and responsive, allowing for precise control and satisfying gameplay. The addition of new mechanics, such as grappling, adds to the variety of movements available to the player, making the game feel fresh and exciting. Tomb Raider Anniversary features a variety of weapons and enemies that add depth and challenge to the gameplay. Here is a breakdown of the key weapons and enemies in the game. 1. Dual pistols, Lara's default weapon. The dual pistols are versatile and effective against most enemies. They have a fast rate of fire and can be used while jumping and dodging. 2. The shotgun is a powerful close-range weapon that can take down enemies in a single shot. It has a slower rate of fire, but deals more damage than the dual pistols. 3. The magnums are a high-caliber weapon that can deal massive damage to enemies. They have a slower rate of fire than the dual pistols but can take down enemies quickly. 4. The Uzi is a rapid-fire machine gun that can quickly take down enemies. It has a high rate of fire but is less accurate than the other weapons. Enemies. 1. Animals. The game features a variety of animals, including wolves, bats, and crocodiles. These enemies are relatively weak but can still pose a threat if the player is not careful. 2. Human enemies. Lara also faces a variety of human enemies, including mercenaries, cultists, and mummies. These enemies are more challenging than animals and often require the player to use cover and strategic movement to defeat them. 3. Boss enemies. The game features several boss enemies, including a T-Rex. These enemies are larger and more challenging than regular enemies and require the player to use all of their skills and weapons to defeat them. The weapons and enemies in Tomb Raider Anniversary add depth and variety to the gameplay, requiring the player to think strategically about their approach to each encounter. The different types of enemies require different strategies and weapons to defeat, keeping the gameplay fresh and engaging. The adrenaline dodge is a gameplay mechanic in Tomb Raider Anniversary that allows the player to perform a special dodge move. If performed successfully, the adrenaline dodge will slow down time and allow the player to quickly counterattack the enemy. QuickTime events and cutscenes are a common feature in modern video games, and Tomb Raider Anniversary is no exception. QuickTime events in Tomb Raider Anniversary are used to add excitement and interactivity to key moments in the game's story. These events require the player to press the correct button or combination of buttons at the right time to avoid obstacles or defeat enemies. The QuickTime events in the game are well executed and provide a satisfying sense of accomplishment when completed successfully. However, they can sometimes feel a bit repetitive and can be frustrating if the player fails multiple times in a row. Cutscenes in Tomb Raider Anniversary are used to advance the game's story and provide context for the player's actions. The cutscenes in the game are well crafted and feature high-quality graphics and voice acting.
Expensive, mademoiselle. Yours are going to cost you both pieces of the skion.
They help to immerse the player in the game's world and provide a sense of narrative continuity. However, the cutscenes can sometimes feel a bit long and unskippable, which can be frustrating for players who just want to get back to the action. Overall, the QuickTime events and cutscenes in Tomb Raider Anniversary are well implemented and add to the game's overall experience. While they can sometimes feel repetitive or overly long, they are an important part of the game's storytelling and provide a sense of immersion and interactivity for the player. Tomb Raider Anniversary features several challenging boss fights throughout the game, but the final boss fights are the most memorable and exciting. Here is a breakdown of the final boss fights in the game. The Abomination is a massive creature with a muscular and grotesque appearance, and it attacks Lara with powerful swipes of its claws and tail. To defeat the Abomination, the player must use a combination of dodges, jumps, and attacks. The Abomination also has a regenerating health bar, so the player must deal a significant amount of damage to it quickly to prevent it from healing. The fight against the Abomination is intense and challenging, with the creature's attacks causing a lot of damage to Lara if she gets hit. The key to winning the fight is to stay mobile and avoid the Abomination's attacks while waiting for an opening to strike. The fight against Natla takes place in a large, circular arena atop the ruins of Atlantis. Natla is equipped with a number of deadly attacks, including energy blasts and a teleportation ability that allows her to quickly move around the arena. To defeat Natla, the player must use a combination of dodges and ranged attacks. The fight requires the player to be constantly on the move, avoiding Natla's attacks while also trying to deal damage. The player can use the environment to their advantage, hiding behind pillars and structures to avoid Natla's gunfire and energy blasts. The key to winning the fight is to stay focused and persistent, chipping away at Natla's health while avoiding her attacks. Overall, the final boss fights in Tomb Raider Anniversary are challenging and satisfying. In conclusion, Tomb Raider Anniversary is a must-play for fans of the original game and newcomers to the franchise. The updated graphics, improved gameplay mechanics, and engaging story make this game a standout in the Tomb Raider series. Whether you're a fan of action-adventure games or just a fan of Lara Croft, Tomb Raider Anniversary is definitely worth checking out.